Hi there. Welcome back to Vanity Fair. I'm your host. My name is Chris Farah. See what I did there? Made a whole podcast, my name on it. But I'm super excited to talk to you today about one of our favorites, 90 Day Fiancé. It's before the 90 days. It's season 8, episode 13, Losing Altitude. However, I have a very special guest who is a very good friend of mine, also a hilarious actor, improviser. He is a brilliant voice actor. Which is which is awesome. So like in the podcast world, it's like, oh, he's such a great situation across the board. But then he reached out to me with a fervor. He has a dire, deep, obsessive need to talk about this show. And that's why I was like, oh my God, yeah, let's get Rama on because like we're gonna have a fucking great time. Please put your proverbial hands together for my guest and a great mind, Rama Vallury. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Chris. I'm good. I will start off by saying at no point in my life did I think I would be as into 90 Day Fiancé or before the 90 days as I am. I was brought into this by the discovery of Jenny and Sumit and was so fascinated by their whole arc that my wife and I kept looking at these other couples on it, hoping one of them would be the next Jenny and Sumit that would get our attention. And we found them for different reasons in Daniel and Lisa for every chaotic reason on earth. And I think it's because of you that I saw you sharing things from Vanity Fair or clips or memes related to these shows, and I had to find out what was going on. And boy, did I ever.
I infected you.
Can't tell you how excited I was to see this episode. It left me on such a cliffhanger in the previous episode with one of my favorite Lisa lines ever. I know the previous episode started with her having bowel movement in bed, and that was a surprise. No one expected an episode to start so strongly as that, with Daniel going, "She boo on me."
Yeah.
But by the end of it,
my
favorite thing that she ever said, apart from "it's been 21 years since I've been with a man," which if it was a drinking game, you'd have to take a shot every time she says it's been 21 years since I've been with a man. But this was after she tells Daniel that she's been married 5 times, but chose not to clarify that 2 of these marriages were to women. And he storms off, embarrassed, upset, feeling like he has to call his uncle because now he has slept with another man's wife, which he thinks she doesn't choose to clarify. But while she's heavily drinking what looks like barefoot wine and crying and says, I have to come clean. I have to come clean. He doesn't even know that she's a she. Like when she shouts that, we were cheering because just this great moment of how long the 2 of them are stringing each other along for whatever. Like you can't tell. There's a joy in watching it going, there are 2 scammers trying to scam each other for different reasons.
Yes.
And every decision they make is more unhinged than the previous one.
Yes.
And it felt like it flipped because at the beginning, like, yeah, Daniel's going after her for a green card, get out of Nigeria, find this meal ticket with this very interesting person from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. And she's seeking love in whatever way. It's never enough and it's always going to implode. But the decision she makes of, I'm not going to tell him the truth before I fly to Nigeria. Telling her daughter, I'm not going to get engaged right away.
Lying.
Away. And all this money that she's spending, and we already know she doesn't have money. How much of it came from her friend? How much of it is just kind of going into Hawk, buying him jewelry, buying him clothes, staying at that hotel, getting another room? And then what happens in this episode? There's just more money that gets spent that I don't know where it came from. And it was just the cliffhanger of ending on he doesn't know that she's a she, to have to wait a week to find out, is she actually going to tell him? because she keeps saying, I have to tell him, I have to come clean, I have to come clean, but at the same time tells her daughter, I can't tell him, I'm going to lose him. Like, well, how are they going to play it in this episode? Because it feels like it's the main event. They're definitely not going to tell me right at the beginning. How do you tee this up?
I will say this.
They teed it up.
They teed it up. You brought up so many good points. I want to say some things. First of all, for someone who doesn't have money, you're right, spent a lot of money. Not only that, Rama, she's dressed very well for someone on the show. Look at this two-piece in this. Yeah. Look at this rockin', very cute two-piece set that she's wearing. And I'm saying that because you think that she might be a little basic. You could think that she wouldn't dress well. By the way, Laura wishes she would dress like Lisa. And I mean that. Lisa's style is good. It almost feels like someone went and she spent money on these clothes. Okay, so that's just one thing. I just have to get that out, because just I want to give her also grace where there is some, and she is cute. She dresses cute. She said the grossest thing. It's awkward for me to say in front of you, but my gross line.
I think I know the one.
Okay, yeah, that's when she said that line about accommodating him. Yeah. You don't understand. That's where my mind died. I just was like, oh no, that was.
You're perfect for me.
She said it so specifically. The thing about her is, she will just say something very clearly, and it's just breaks your brain.
Yeah, the thought going into her mind of starting off with, I'm upset with you about last night because it didn't go the way that I wanted and you wanted to go to bed, but we made up for it this morning, and then going into detail about physically accommodating him. We were repeating that line for days because it was so funny and so out of pocket. And I know that there was some line producer on this show who, right after they wrapped with shooting with them that day, jumped on a call to the head of production and said, you are gonna love this.
I'm gonna get a raise. Give me a raise right now. And I'm telling you, sign me a contract next 10 years. You're gonna love me. But yeah,
this will go viral in all of the circles you don't expect. Because that's honestly, that's how it got me. How is it getting people who are sports fans and do voices in cartoons, until you see someone who's basically drawn together that old fake reality animated show that was on Comedy Central. It's how is it someone who could plausibly be a cast member on that be a real person? That this wasn't an invention. This is actually someone's real thoughts. And I usually would go into these things not wanting to engage in that schadenfreude of knowing there are reasons why people are on this show. People are lonely. People are looking for love. You're finding it in very strange places.
Yes.
But for these two specifically, not only are their mutual motives suspect from the beginning, they also chose to be on this show. They invited the cameras into it. And some of the couples, you kind of feel people playing it up for the camera. I honestly don't know that the two of them register the cameras are in the room at any point. As even if you think about it, the EPK packages where they do the glamour shot before the segment, where they dolly in on them, and it starts off they're hugging each other and smiling and looking like they're in love. Every episode, it gets more and more unhinged. The distance between them is greater. They both look miserable. And I wonder, as someone who's worked in production, did they plan in advance? Okay, we're just going to shoot a bunch of these. You're really in love. You're having a great time. Maybe this trip isn't going the way that you want to. You hate each other. You want him to go to prison. You never want to see each other again. Did they bank all of that at the beginning just in case they needed it? Or as things became more unhinged, did they say, hey, we've got 5 minutes. Can you two, while you're at your angriest, just stand here and be as disgusted with each other as you are? Because they make me laugh every single time. The first couple episodes, it felt like they were repeating some of it, but then, that face, every face of his brain breaks. So when they do those glamour shots of them, did you want to leave the show already, but you both are too far in the red on this, and you know that there's potential money after the fact, or there's some notoriety? Because if I'm in the hospital in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, and my nurse turns out to be her, I would have so many questions. First, when was the last time you washed your hands? Do you have gloves? Did you get back here? How's Daniel? Have you seen your daughter?
Faith, I would. Yeah, my question. I'd be like, Faith, is Faith okay?
Yeah, are you still in each other's lives? Because
no,
I feel horrible for her, because she looked like she doesn't want anything to do with this, the latest in a long line of schemes that her mom has had, that she has dealt with the fallout of. I feel terrible for her, and knowing that she doesn't want to even participate in this. She doesn't want to entertain this. She's hoping that it doesn't work out, for her mom's sanity and just for society's sanity. But for our enjoyment currently, it's just this madness that those NDAs must be real strong for the people who work on this show. Because if I knew, I'd have my own diary, just writing every day. Well, today Daniel and Lisa did this and that and this, and I would think that I was making it up. I would feel like I was in a fever dream the whole time.
I feel like they are such a huge celestial star couple of like the past seasons. Like they are a huge deal. Their things are going viral. They are a big deal, and they are just unabashedly, themselves. Like she is this, and she has been like talking, afterwards about, whether she got evicted or how she feels about that. And Faith has said statements, and then Lisa's ex-wife has come out. Have you seen that too?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, no. I mean, it's a whole thing. She's huge. It's a big ass deal. So obviously, as we know, they pick up on the fact that she's told him just the first part. The producers ask her like, "How are you feeling?" She's like, "Hungover." We're like, "Hungover?" She's like, "I couldn't sleep." She was up worrying. She had gotten another room, and then she had texted him that she loves him and all of that, but he has not texted her back. And she was supposed to, however, take him somewhere. And oh no, here's like the rub. You're like, oh no, this feels a little fake. But whatever, God bless. It's that she has, for some reason, just went back into her piggy bank and brought out another $5 and booked some extra special romantic vacation
resort.
They always do this, where they have
3 hours away. 3 hours away.
She saw something online and was like, click. Okay, that's what we're supposed to believe. And then she puts on a prairie dress and a smoky eye and this red flat shoe, honey. It's like a little prairie flat. It's like, when I see it, I don't know, like it really did something to me. I feel like I was just like, I took a picture of it. I, for some reason, didn't upload it immediately. And you're like, why would you not do that? I'm like, don't even worry about it.
It's on your vision board.
It's funny because I took a picture immediately and I was like so excited about it. And then I was like, I wonder if this is going to come back, this one red shoe. And you know what? It does, So, okay, I'll have to find it later. Anyway, but like, here's the thing. So then they cut to him and he's like, well, she was fucking drunk last night. She got wasted. I'm like, oh, I guess, yes. And he was like, and didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. because I was up crying. And we're like, all right, Daniel.
You were up crying. And the fact that she actually was drunk this time and he didn't do one of these, are you drunk?
Yes.
Are you sleeping?
Oh.
Which was a big thing when he had her try the palm wine. One sip, he's like waving his hand in front of her face. Are you drunk? But this time when she's definitely drunk, he's so done with her that she's sitting in the back of the van. He's sitting in the middle bench of the van. When she says she's getting a different room, he's just sitting on his phone on the couch. And he's got a sweet deal. He didn't pay for this hotel. She's paid for this hotel. She's going to get another room. It isn't him going to stay with friends of his in Lagos or calling his uncle or going anywhere, which reasonably you'd think, if I'm really done with this woman, I would leave. I would take my things and go. But instead, he's like, I'm going to stay here in this nice hotel room because she's God's gift, as he said.
Ancestors, yeah, there's a lot of things happening. It's like his mom had a premonition that a white woman would save him. Also, the ancestors from that man that we first met in the very, very beginning, and then his uncle, and now the king. All of them are the evil king. There's been 3 different men channeling ancestors, being like, this one, like all of that. You're right. He's staying in that room and getting the free tea, which I get. The tea looked great.
Mm-hmm.
And then so they meet up and she's like, look, Daniel, I went and I paid this money already and I can't get the money back. And Daniel's like, I'm hearing free vacation. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, yes, you are hearing that. So
Mm-hmm.
then they go and he's like, before we go, just so you know, I have to tell my uncle about the whole situation. She doesn't want him to tell him. She's like, why can't this be us? Because girl, you're like not married to like someone from that culture. Like you just happen to marry someone from an Igbo man, honey. An Igbo man is who you married. But yeah, like she's like, it's like putting a scarlet letter on me.
I think she put that on herself many times over, because every explanation of her past becomes more fascinating. Like how she explained the genesis of every relationship that she had of my first husband, and then it didn't work out and I left him. And then my second husband, Faith's dad, was my best friend. And yeah, then we decided not to anymore. I left him. And then there was another man, and there was the two wives. And then I haven't been with my ex-wife for 9 years. We've been separated. Haven't had a word from her in 9 years. But somehow I also have the divorce papers, which I do sign and need Faith to go file, hopefully, so it goes through before I land in Lagos, so I don't have to tell him, oh, by the way, I'm still married. Which that I felt like that kind of got dropped. It never got mentioned again, the status of the paperwork. But she's still confident that she is married. She is still married and has to tell him. And his brain explodes. I've slept with another man's wife. That whole moment was just the moment that breaks a scammer of, even within his world, there is a certain morality, a certain code that he follows.
I know.
And it amazed me. Not enough, because he stayed there. And he says, it's because I love you with all my heart. I love you. I want to make this work. Like, do you though? Because every time there's moments of his definite rage bubbling under the surface, and his control issues and traditional gender role things that may be coming up there. It's like, I need you to become this ideal Igbo wife. You have to learn how to make ohas. Him taking her to like an Airbnb cooking class that they're supposed to take together, and he just stands there watching her learn how to make oha soup, and he doesn't participate. And she keeps saying, like, Daniel booked this cooking class for us. There was no us in it. He's not doing anything. He didn't pick anything up.
Well, and he picked up the soup.
Yeah, he picked up the soup. And I do have to point out, I've seen a lot of kissing on stage, on screen, and movies.
I can't
and
wait.
things.
Yeah, your professional opinion. Yes, I need really think about. And I your
have
professional
seen,
opinion.
even in like Farrelly Brothers kind of movies, like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber will do like lick the side of a woman's face or something, and none of that is as disgusting as how these two kiss. It's like neither of them have ever kissed before, and they're trying to swallow each other's souls and lead with the tongue. It's like they're licking all around the face, then just vacuuming. It's like attaching a Hoover to the mouth and going, and then just keep going. And the sounds of it, it got to a point I've had to look away. Like when we see them leaning in, you go, I cannot see this.
Oh no.
I don't think I'm strong enough to watch this.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. It's a unique way to show affection. In any phylum of our ecosystem, I've never seen two creatures go at each other the way that these two do.
Yes.
In that way, maybe they are made for each other, because
it's him
who
though.
does that?
Like, here's the thing. She's just there, and she's a willing participant that wants to be devoured, which I think, this is what I think she mentioned this once. I think that he knew that one time when they were texting, he had used the word devoured. Like, I want to devour you or something like that. And so I think that she was like, oh, that's hot or whatever, you know. And so I think that he got validated that like upon meeting this white woman who was going to like ancestrally whatever like fulfill mom's promise, he was going to like really lean into like that
Yeah.
expectation because he is the one going tongue open mouth
Hmm.
first. Like she's not like like she's just
Hmm.
kind of like there, and then he is just unhinging his jaw and somewhat just taking her in like a mouse, like a snake with a little baby mouse, you
Yeah.
know?
Like they're trying to become
One.
one person physically,
To become
not yeah,
one.
exactly. Just
Yeah.
not two spirits or two souls joining. It's
That's a
two
way, yeah.
physical
To
people. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like an anaconda just
This
swallowing
anaconda
someone.
don't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
I
so
love it. No, that's great.
no, you know, you know, did I mention that we did this great play together that was like very fun, and we did a like hilarious kind of Monty Python esque retelling of King Lear together, and
Yeah,
so we
it
like
was a musical comedy about King Lear, but at the same and King James. Oh, okay, we're back.
oh,
Um,
I'm so sorry. I think it's my I don't know if it's me or
oh,
not.
it's okay.
Oh, okay.
So we were in the show together called Delirious by
Mm-hmm.
Ron West, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Ron West, and
Mm-hmm.
his collaborator Phil Swan. And it's a musical within a musical about first level, a musical version of King Lear that's very Mel Brooks Monty Python. The level above that is it's Shakespeare and King James writing the King James Bible and King Lear at the same time, while Shakespeare is going through domestic problems at home with Anne Hathaway on the same level you see in Hamnet this year. And then the
Same
third
thing.
level of the
Same
show,
story. Yeah.
third level of the show is Ron as a character, a parody of himself, writing the show with Phil and auditioning actresses for the show. And all of these storylines collide at once. So all of us were playing multiple characters within it. And that's where I met you. And you got to play this very big Harlequin character and got to dance and sing. And as usual, I got to play like a cad, like a coward, a cad, someone who has status and talks too fast. But I got to do these big, like Donald O'Connor, gotta laugh or make him laugh from Singing in the Rain kind of numbers in it. And that was with the Open Fist Theater. Loved it. I still have what the poster that I made with all the quotes on it that I gave everybody over here somewhere. So we met there, and since then I got to see your one woman show at the Hollywood Fringe like 2 years ago, I think, 2 seasons ago, and tremendous, absolutely tremendous. It was like this show, but live on stage in your own world, a telling of your life and your experiences that was charming and hilarious and really you connected with it on an emotional and
That's so
special
sweet.
level. And I know that the festival organizers, especially Bruno Oliver at the Broadwater and Sacred Fools, he was raving about it. Before he even knew that you and I were friends, he and I were having a drink at the Broadwater Plunge. He's like, you know what you need to go see? You need to go see the show that actress Chris Farah has on. I'm like, oh, Chris is my friend. Oh, I was already gonna go. So it was a very well thought of show, and you did a tremendous job of
Well,
it.
that's incredibly kind. You're always so lovely. I had so much fun with Delirious. We had such a fun cast in
So
that
much fun.
we have these memories of we would just go like hang out outside like during breaks. And like there's this
Yeah,
long
went to the
part.
train.
Yeah, there's this long part where we just always be back there, and I always felt like some sort of like high school or like cool kid that was like after school, like I hang out like in this parking lot area until we had to run around for different entrances and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Okay, let me ask you. Okay, back at Fringe, where did you meet your wife though? Like, was it at Fringe?
No, we met years before that. I was doing a show out here in LA that was very much like Tony and Tina's Wedding, that kind of thing. It was a live show called Indian Wedding that two friends of mine, Amrita Dhaliwal and Neil Dandade, ran. Sunanda Satrakatal also had worked on it before she left. And they basically had every show was at the Sangeet, which is the reception you have before your wedding. It's like a night where family and friends get to do performances, sing songs, do dances, and all this in honor of the couple that's about to get married.
Mhm.
So we did that show every month, once a month, for 3.5 years, I think. And I was in all but
My
2
gosh,
shows.
that's wild. That's
And
very
it just
consistent.
happened that one of the times I was doing the show, and this was when we were at the 3 clubs over on Santa Monica and Vine,
Yeah.
and I was doing a bit where I was the cousin brother of the groom, who is basically his closest sibling, though he's his cousin, but just before this got divorced, which is a big stigma. You don't want the divorced person speaking on your behalf before the wedding. You could put like the evil eye on it. You don't want that. But they asked me to do that. So I made it into a character and musical number where I promised I was going to sing this song in honor of their love. But I keep starting to play it and I interrupt it because I have to keep explaining myself of what's going on. And everything that I was saying was this emotional dump about my now ex-wife who cheated on me with a white guy who looks like Chris Martin from Coldplay.
No.
So every joke in it was a partition joke. It was an Indian independence 1948 joke about my home basically being torn apart by a British man.
Oh my God.
And
I
just
like
saying
the dark, nuanced humor.
and it was
Yeah,
all
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, no, I'm totally fine. I'm not thinking about it at all, not even a little bit. So then the song that I played on the guitar was from this movie called Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna that came out early 2000s, and it was like the Bollywood version of the movie Closer with Natalie Portman, Clive Owen, and that group that was about infidelity. But it's a Bollywood movie about infidelity. So I sang this big song in it, which is a song which is basically like, I can't believe what's happening. I'm yours and you're mine. That's being sung by 2 people who are cheating on their spouses with each other. And I was singing that song because I was like, oh, it's a really pretty song. But also, I'm singing a song about infidelity while talking about how I'm totally okay after my wife cheated on me. And I played it sincerely. And at the end of it, I wrote in that I start crying on the final bit of it. Because it's just, I thought it would be a really, really funny way to be a blow to this. But everyone in the audience just went, oh. They really felt bad for me by the end. They were
Makes sense. I
laughing, but
wish
they
I
felt
saw
bad.
it. Yeah,
I'm
like I
sure
like
there's a
both.
recording of it somewhere.
Oh, good.
But it just happened that night she was there with a mutual friend of ours. And she was with somebody at the time. We just met there, became friends, and then met each other again and again at these South Asian actor mixer events around town that friends of ours were putting together. And we were friends for 3 years before we ever decided to try dating, because and she had to break up with that other relationship, had to end. I wasn't going to do anything anyway. And just time, I guess, like, we just became friends, and it just became this natural progression of we were friends and willing to risk it to figure out if it would be something else. And fortunately, it worked out. So I don't have to find out what would have happened if it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Because we're married now. So, but it was like the thing that, like, friends of ours were trying to make it happen by saying, like, suggesting that I was madly in love with her when I was just friends with her. I did like her, but I didn't go around telling everybody, oh my God, I'm madly in love with her. Can you help me? Because that's insane. But that was definitely something. As she pointed out, like, she knew I liked her well before I ever admitted it to her.
Good.
Which is fair. Like, women tend to know that.
I love that for her.
Yeah. So I'm very lucky. We're married now. We have 2 dogs, and she's delightful. And she was in the same fringe year as you, doing her show, which was the Yoniverse show, which was a South Asian women's version of the Vagina Monologues, but they wrote all of their own stories and presented it as a woven narrative. with Chaya Nene, Sapna Kumar, and Tanya Thomas. And they won like every award.
I was going to say, you talked about my show, and that show sweeped so hard, and it was so amazing.
Yeah.
It was such a beautiful show.
My show that I was in, Les Millenniables, which is a pop punk musical parody of Les Mis by Kelly Lynn D'Angelo and Ayla Glass. We were nominated for things, but we knew we were going to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were just basically testing it here. We got nominated for a few things. Yeah, we got nominated for a few things, didn't win anything here. And then when we went to Edinburgh, we sold out the whole run. I think it was 99.4% of all seats sold out. And it was great because I was the only visible minority in the group. Like they could look at me and go like, oh, the brown guy walking around with a bendy avocado man necklace on. So I'd just walk around Edinburgh and these people would come up to me and go, oi, you're from that cheeky avocado show.
It's a good.
We're going to see it tonight. So
it's a good
like, great. I would check every morning and know that, hey, if we sold 41 tickets by 9 a.m., the show was going to sell out by 7 p.m. So I went, yeah, you don't have to aggressively busk. I think we're good.
Good, then you can enjoy your life there, because obviously, like, you know, not to like jump around, and we'll go back to the show, but yeah, like if you do a show there's so much involved, and you want to see other people's shows, but then to also have to get people to see your show and have that pressure, it is a lot. Like, and you're performing too, like you're not sleeping and you're like traveling. It's just it was
a lot, and like to Kelly's credit, she was handing out flyers almost every day under the statue of Adam Smith, which in itself is hilarious when you're doing a musical about people with student loan and medical debt under the statue of the man who is the father of capitalism, going like, well, it's his fault we're here. And I, meanwhile, was going like business to business, and we'd been there enough that they started recognizing me coming into these places like the Tempting Tatty. If you ever go to Edinburgh, go get baked potatoes from the Tempting Tatty.
Tatty. Oh my God.
It was great. So we went there and they would just get to know us and be like, oh, okay, what show are you doing? And the more they saw you, they go, oh, you're not just here doing the Fringe trying to put flyers up. You're here, you're buying our products. You want to buy a bit of kit. You want to do this. You actually are learning about us. It's like that was nice. So there's even like street artists over there that I'm still in touch with. Yeah. Great place.
Just like the Americans, if you're American, you go abroad either to find your fiance or to do art. Listen, mingle and buy things and be a part of the infrastructure. Don't just, I'm not just you, but obviously don't just judge the food around you as being weird and not want to, like, you see a lot of that on the American stuff. But however, it's been pretty good. Like, Lisa has been, except for when she got sick and she couldn't try anything, like she's been pretty, accommodating for culture. Let's get back though, because we should talk about the spider. So then she gets to the space, she sees a spider, honey, that spider is not her friend and she doesn't want to deal with it. And Daniel doesn't want to deal with her, and you can tell, because literally all he would have to do is just fucking get the spider and get it out of there. But he doesn't want to have to really work, and he's kind of upset that
it shows his level of participation for this. Like, he definitely doesn't want to be there, but he does want the free vacation.
Yep.
And he sees a tiny spider. It's not a big deal. She's terrified she's arachnophobic.
Suddenly.
So he knocks it down from the ceiling and she goes into a panic. Kill it. He tells her, no, you kill it. It's like, you paid for this. It's your room. You kill it.
Yeah. It's like, no, you're here for free. You kill it. No, literally, I paid for this, and all you have to do, your payment is killing it. I don't understand why that's like such a thing. Like, she won't put her foot down, especially on the spider, until she does. She's the one that actually literally puts her foot down and kills the spider with that red shoe, and it makes me upset. Then she's like, literally, all you have to do is now get rid of the spider. He's acting like he said yes to a free vacation, but he will not go to the timeshare meeting. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's move on, because I can't believe we actually have so many more couples left in my life. Okay, so Laura and Birkan. So
oh my God,
he loves, honey, mountains, and then they make a bunch of boob jokes. Boob mountain, mount boob. Like, sometimes it's so funny that she's like, he's so deep, but also he's someone who's like, boob.
Their age difference was very, very clear on this episode. I think more than anything, from the boob jokes to just his suspicions about her friend. It's like, he's coming to check on me and to see if this is good. It's like there was the one time I really listened to him and went, okay, Birkan, I understand where you're coming from on this, that
I
this male
agree.
friend who has been a little too involved is going to drop everything and fly to Turkey just to see if you're okay with me. And you think that he's got no interest. This is very, it seems clear that, yes, he does have an interest in her.
And she's allowing it. That's what he said, and I agree. And
Mhm,
she's allowing it. So if we break up, it's not his fault. It's her
mhm,
fault for allowing it. And the truth is, yes, like I agree. But here's the thing. So they are having their little day trip because it's a whole thing
mhm.
for them to go on separate trips after already trip. Their day trip in the ancient ruins. By the way, it looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Those marbles from 3,000 years ago. They're at a place called Ephesus.
Ephesus, I think he said.
Ephesus.
Yeah. Very, very well maintained and beautiful historical site. The idea is like there was a bit where, well, when she was explaining that her friend was going to come in, and they were sitting in that little isolated area, and there was this guy in like a Hawaiian shirt in the background, out of focus, who kind of popped in through this archway behind her. Who just, it turns out he's another tourist. I thought for a second it was her friend. I thought that
Oh,
I thought that he was just gonna walk up. She's like, he's coming to visit. Oh, by the way, here he
wow.
is. And I was a little sad that it wasn't, but the suggestion in my mind that it could have been, it was so
That would have
rich.
been great. I'm sorry, that's a missed opportunity because you're right.
Yeah.
Instead we get this a phone call being like, hi, so obviously she tells Beercon two things. I actually don't know if talked about the fact that yes, Lisa finally tells Daniel that like it's a woman. Daniel loses his goddamn mind, and then Daniel like I don't know something about it or whatever. Okay, so because I loved. Okay, so but with this situation, she's like, Michael's coming, and he's like, well, as I said, that's shitty, and if that I'm gonna be in a pissed off mood, and he is pouting, pouting, pouting the entire time. As you say, he shows up not like you would have enjoyed, but in
Mhm.
this way where he calls and is like, yeah, I'm here, but my hotel isn't ready yet. And it's like, yeah, man, that's what happens when you come at 10 a.m. No one
Yeah.
expects. So then he's like, can I come over? And she's like, yeah. So then he comes over, and he comes over with what I can only describe as Ned Flanders energy. It's
My
like
God.
he's like,
The
hi there.
Yeah,
Like as if
comes
anyone would be
in.
happy to see him.
The only thing that was missing on his head was that Disneyland hat, which like Goofy's nose on it with the dangling ears. Like he should have been wearing that in a fanny pack because he just bursts in and gives her a hug. And I swear his eyes were focused straight on Birkan on the couch. It's like he's walked in and he's like this, hugging her. But oh,
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe you're here. And
BeerCon's like,
just staring forward, watching Scarface. The whole thing of, yeah, you can come over here
yeah,
to where we are, but I'm
I
not
have
gonna
a
let him
question for you. Do you like violence? What? Just think about what the F would you do? I'd be like,
A man who
what?
doesn't blink, who's talking to you in a whisper, watching Scarface with a vape in his hand, turns to you slowly, and when you go, "Do you like the American classics?" No, I like violence. Do you like violence? If he says
No.
yes, does Birkan get up and go like, "All right, let's fight," or is it just the posturing there, the need to feel like an alpha
Yeah.
in your own home because this
Own home. Own
stray,
home.
yeah,
You
no, I
know.
know, but in your space, like the space that he's in, gets
Yeah, someone
invaded
else
by
bought.
this
I mean,
man.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
somebody else
His
bought for him.
I agree. I agree. It's just like, and he's the whole time he's like, I could be gambling right now. I know. He's like,
Yeah,
that was wild. I really want Michael to have a full alpha kind of moment. Like, I want Michael to like find a part of him and then just
I
like
want them
I'll
all
like
to go to a wine
Popeye.
tasting again. Because the wine tasting they went on after being in Ephesus, and he's just slamming shots of wine. She's like, "You're not tasting it. You're not enjoying it." It's like, "I'm miserable." It's
Yeah.
like the idea of like, I'm going to take Michael to a wine tasting now, and the two of them just staring each other down, taking shots of Merlot, would be so funny to see
Yes.
like a wine drunk bum fight on the streets of Turkey
But I feel like
over
Michael would take
over her.
like who do you have your money on? Who's you? If you're gambling, if you're a gambling man, if you are a beer con, are you putting your beer conning on beer con, or are you going to beer con on someone else?
Beer Con's such a terrible gambler. He's so bad at it.
Yeah, so is he a good fighter?
No. I
Oh.
think that he talks a big game, and maybe he'll win a fight against a man who clearly looks like he can't defend himself. But with enough drinks in him, all it takes is one ill-timed haymaker that Michael just ducks, and he's down on the ground. He just lands on his face and knocks himself out. I think that's the more likely ending for him, is he tries to get into a fight, tries to act tough, tries to be Scarface, and he knocks himself out. I think that's what's in his future.
I agree. I also think that Elise, I'm looking at my notes. I also definitely think that Laura is going to have two men fighting over her, which is probably like what her biggest fantasy is, besides being a princess in some sort of like castle and have some guy push her against a wall and make out with her as a distraction.
You mean like Roadhouse?
Exactly like that.
Slam her into the wall.
I mean, that's what she wants. I mean, that's what she wants. It's not me, it's her. Okay, so let's move on. Elise and Josh and Chris. Let's just be honest. And Chris. This is so crazy. So obviously they're leaving the airport. They have to go to the Melbourne Cup, the biggest event in Sydney, which it's not. Some people in the Reddit forums were like, this is crazy. They're just going to a place to watch an event that's being filmed somewhere else on video. The dress is skimpy as hell. I'm like, how does anything even stay? I don't even understand. Is there tape?
Any of her clothes on there. I'm like, how do you pack it? How do you wear it? No wonder you're saying I'm cold, when she said that she wasn't wearing any underwear and the car is so low to the ground. I'm like, you clearly didn't plan for Chris to be there. But also this line of, we said we were going to take it slow and not have sex right away. Hey, doubtful if you're going around with no underwear on, and you're they're both posturing and peacocking for each other. But the third element of his best friend and roommate being there for the whole thing has major throuple energy.
Major. Like, I have thought about this now. I think that they both definitely want to F her. This is Chris. This is Chris, not Josh. This is Chris staring at her. I mean, with like eyes that is like, I mean,
it's that hungry
women
eyes.
Know, women, as we said, women know when people like them. And yeah, listen, I feel like this is my theory, and you can give me your professional theory too. And obviously, you have, your guy, so you can like tell me, but this is what I think. I think that Chris is the alpha. I think Josh is his beta friend. And I think that like, as they're just like two drunk guys moving around Australia, they're like, look who's I'm talking to, this hot American, look at her picture. She's hot as hell, like Instagram and everything is like that. So Chris is like, yeah. And I think that Chris and him sort of think that she's like Josh's pet, but also like Chris can like get in there. And I think that Chris really is like, like she can't say no, we're both staying there. Like, I really think it's like a full ploy to get her to be like in a throuple with them. And I think that Chris wants her to be with him as much as Josh, if not manipulating Josh to try and get, I mean, like this energy is intense for me. This is intense energy. And even the woman behind him is like, oh my God, I can feel this guy's intense stare from the back of his head.
You could get a restraining order for less than anything that he was there. The fact that there's a painting, like a pseudo oil portrait of him that is hanging in the bedroom, is so disturbing to me that if you think about it, is there any friend of yours whose portrait you would hang in your bedroom? Even as a joke, or even just leading into your room. Like, no. And then going like, well, if it was like that energy of, if it was going to be anyone, obviously it would be him. Like, maybe it's you. Maybe you should be the one in the painting that's in your room or adjacent to your room, not this guy. But him also going like, I bet an easy 1,000. I always win the Melbourne Cup. Nope, I just lost 1,000. Let's go to the bar. Her coming on a plane from Miami and all the visa stuff getting denied before she gets there, to getting there, to putting on this ridiculous outfit, to hanging in a bar, and then having to go home with both of them anyway. And just that every bit of the energy of it, from the extreme bachelor pad that they live in to and I was on her side a little bit. She had very simple requests. Like, I need a steamer. I need pillows. It's like things like that. Or like, can there be space in the closet for me? Very reasonable requests that he could have accommodated for in the beginning, and that they didn't. But I would want a lock on that door, because if I'm trying not to sleep with either of them, if just right away just be like, okay, after meeting him, after meeting Chris, I would want to bar the door just to be sure that this wolf isn't prowling just the doorknob away. But
I wonder what Elise truly thinks, because I wonder, like, Chris is hot, like, and Elise is, I wonder what Elise Elise wants, because I'm not 100% sure. Like, I don't understand why Josh would be so much more attractive than Chris. Like, they both just seem like two peas in a pod, and like, it's a pod they can't afford all the time. So.
Yeah.
But okay, so basically, yeah, as you said, he had lost, and now she's just at their place, and there's not enough towels, and that there's one towel, and they both wipe their whole bodies with them, and so it's already damp and left there, and they're expecting her to use that towel. And when she said we'll need more towels, I was like, oh my god, remember when he was like, she gave me a list of things and I brought the goldfish. I was like, those goldfish are already gone.
Time? Yeah, the whole time while she was on that flight, you could just go down the road and pick up a couple of towels.
Bed Bath and Beyond
could have done just even the minimum, and it speaks to his beta energy a bit. And I feel like Chris is really good at negging. I feel like his game must be he negs really hard. So the two of them on any given day, she might like the energy from one versus the other. It's so strange now that they're all in the same place, but it's like reality show dynamite. Like, great. Just put him in a little 2-bedroom apartment with a tiny bathroom and one towel, and let's see what happens.
One pillow, one towel. Yeah, I'm excited. I like her little like cheeky good night. I mean, I just think there's a lot of like sexual attention, and I don't know where it's gonna happen first, but I know Chris is a part of it, and I just can't fucking wait. Probably
next episode.
I've been waiting for them this whole time, so they better like come in hard. I mean, can you believe that we just got them? We have Rick and Trish is like a couple that I almost can't even talk about anymore because he's so gross. But he's obviously apprehensive and hesitating to meet her family because he knows he's like a no good piece of trash, and he doesn't want to have any more kids, and she wants kids, and she's beautiful and young, and he's like put upon her, projected all of his insecurities and jealousy, and saying that she has done things when in fact he does, and then he comes clean and he's gross, and for some reason she's still with him, and I wish that she would not be. What do you think?
I wanted him to. I think I said it out loud a few times while watching it. It's like, man, just get back to LA. Just get on that plane and go home. Like, this is not going remotely the way that you think it's going or should. And also, just at 52, he might be as old as her father when he meets her father. And if there's one thing her 50-something-year-old father will smell, it's his desperation, that he's a coward. Because how many times did he say, like, are you sure you want me to meet them? Are you sure? It's like, am I the man you want them to meet?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He's asking for permission to be dumped.
Yes. And she picked up on it. She was like, yeah, why do you keep asking? I've already said, though.
It's like, I already said it. It's like, and for her, it's like, well, I already told them you're here. So
there's
since
a camera crew, they're expecting
them,
you. Believe me, they don't know a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah, they know, and it's annoying that you keep asking. And maybe I don't want you to be the guy anymore, but also it's easier for me to explain why it didn't work out once they meet you. Because it's terrible. They shouldn't be anywhere near each other.
No, he's so horrible and gross. And then something else happens that's annoying, which is something happens off camera. And that had happened earlier where they had gotten in a fight off camera, but they referenced this thing where he's like, yeah, and you're just constantly bringing up your ex. And we're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, yeah, because we were walking on the beach and then you looked over that restaurant. And you were like, I like that restaurant. The reason why I know I like it is because I went there once with my ex. And I was like, shut up about your ex. You're bringing about all the time. The restaurant's stupid. The restaurant's dumb. Tell me the restaurant's dumb. And you were like, she's like, I like The food at the I like the
Yeah.
restaurant.
It's totally fine to like a place that you went to with your ex. It's like they have
He
good
didn't make the
food. It's a good,
restaurant. It's
yeah,
not his
he doesn't
mom's
own it.
restaurant. It isn't like the cooking from his family.
Yeah, it wasn't like you're dating Paris Hilton, you break up with her, and then now you're like, well, you know what, maybe I don't want to stay in a Hilton anymore. This is just some place. Yeah, her shut up energy is tremendous. I wanted to say that with her. Like,
I did.
Every time he's like, I don't want to hear about your ex anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Shut up, you weirdo. Go back to selling hair. So yeah, basically then guess what? They get to go on another plane ride. So yeah, like they get to go on a plane ride. It's very silent. They self-film it. They won't even talk to each other. They're going to get to the parents. He's going to rip them a new one.
I like that he
so
had
excited.
his backpack buckled all the way up at the top like a little kid
Yeah.
who's afraid the bully's going to pull him from the back.
JanSport. Yeah, like
the JanSport clip that nobody ever uses, but he did. And he's not a small guy.
I know,
so it just exaggerates how tight that is on him. Oh. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's a flex. It's a literal
It is literal flex. Oh no. Okay, well, thank you. Mm-hmm. So this is my favorite thing, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is my favorite part. This is my thing. Emma has given us a whole situation, and then in this episode alone, I'm gonna tell her that she gets what she wants, and that someone falls in love with her, and that person's an Arab person, and that person's me. I love her so much in this episode. I will marry her. Like, I never loved her as much. I was like, oh, I think that she was funny or whatever. But for some reason, every face she gave me in every moment was great. Let's start. She's doing a confessional, and then Muhammad calls, and the producer is like, who's calling? And then she goes like this. Don't be mad. For some reason that tickled me because it was like who you're acting like as producers, like you're like big sis in a sorority. Like, what do you mean? Like, that already made me so happy. I was like, don't be mad. And then she's like, Muhammad. And like, yeah, she tells us this whole story, and like, look at her. Like, I love every one of these faces. He picks up a drink, and then she smirks and gives like an eye, like, look what I fucking did for you guys, for your producers. By the way, talk about a raise. You think you deserve a raise? I deserve a raise. And I literally am like, oh my God, this is where I was like, Emma should be on Single Life. I want to see her on Hunt for Love. I absolutely want to see her like have power and be in it, because I absolutely love her now for 100% reason. So she basically still shows up a bunch of texts, right? She's like, I
love holding up the WhatsApp feed to it, like the iMessage feed. Like, you're not gonna believe where I am. OMG, ha 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 ha.
Yes. So the first one I'm going to put up is Zayed, right? So she was like, fuck Zayed. And Zayed was like, I hate myself because I was with a girl like you, liar and everything. It's bad. Your name, Emma, Angelina, you're a demon. And then, okay, so she's like, you don't care that I'm a girl here all over the country that I'm not from. All to see you. You're not a girl. You're a monster. I'm a monster for what? Telling you the truth. And so like, she's like, fuck you. But then different app. So, okay, God bless. Different app. The Mohammed comes up. Guess where I am?
There it is. WhatsApp University.
Guess where I am?
Okay. Hope you have fun.
Yeah, that part, Morocco, LOL. Okay, LOL. Hope you have fun. And then this is 11:34. So you're like, okay, that's not an invitation. Sometime later, 11:55. Where are you now, Marrakesh? But I would rather be here with you. Why? What happened? And then, honey, that's when he fucking calls her. And I mean, I'm so excited for her. Guess who's not excited for her? Maddie. She calls her friend Maddie. I'm like, who's Maddie? I've never heard of Maddie. Where's your sister? Why aren't you calling your sister? It feels like your sister. Your twin sister should be like a phone call right now. Was she busy? What's happening? They both have the jobs. And this is also an LOL funny thing. And I hate to say this, but this is true. And listen. Emma's gotten a lot of work done, but Emma looks at her friend on a FaceTime and she's like, can you tell I'm sad in my eyes?
I couldn't tell.
No.
Couldn't tell. No. I could tell that her wig seemed like it was slipping, but I couldn't tell that there's a single emotion going on in there. It's like oh my God, I'm so exhausted.
Yes. But then she cries. Then she's like, can you tell I'm sad in my eyes? I just am so, but then she like,
but it's one of those like, I have really long nails and my crying is I'm going to touch where a tear would be because it covers my eye so I can squint like this and it looks like I'm crying. I couldn't tell if there were any actual tears there, but I love the commitment. It was
I love her.
incredible.
I love her, like I think that she's so great. She had gotten, another Riyadh right away and she had these guys, bring her stuff for her, which was nice. Oh, wrong part. Sorry.
Please.
I know I keep putting them up. Anyway, I love that. But then yes, so Maddie says this, and I thought it was really good best friend energy. She says, "You're a catch, and for him to act like you're a gremlin, it's crazy." You're a catch, and for him to act like a gremlin, you're a catch, and for him to act like you're a gremlin is crazy. And it's like, yeah, he acted like she's a gremlin is so funny. It's also such a reference. I'm like, you guys are so young for that reference.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that reference.
Also, I was like, gremlins that's fun. Like, to me, I was like, I like gremlins. Oh, wait, you mean in a bad way. You don't mean in like Gizmo way.
They're the ones that you put water on and they die, right?
Yeah.
Just like the Wicked Witch of, but not really, and or depending on if you saw Wicked, if the water works or not, for that.
They become monsters if you put water on it. It's great. Everybody should go watch Gremlins. Joe Dante's finest.
Maddie says, so she basically obviously is like, guess what? I'm going to hang out with Muhammad. And Maddie's like, Muhammad was just as bad. Be done with him and Morocco. And then Maddie says, are you going there for closure or to rekindle the relationship and engagement? Now, that is, first of all, you already know the answer, Maddie. You already know the answer. And even if this girl with that wig is going to be like, closure, blink, blink, we all know it's not closure. And there's never going to be a time. That never has to happen.
There are too many episodes left in this season. And she hasn't gotten on a plane back.
Thank you.
There's going to be a lot. Whether it's with Muhammad or somebody else, she's not leaving Morocco without another situation coming up.
My favorite part is then also Maddie starts to cry. Maddie's like, I don't want you to be hurt. And then Emma has to comfort her, who's upset about the decisions she's making. Like, it blew my mind. I was like, don't worry, Maddie, about me ruining my life. I don't. You're just like, it's so funny to me. I loved it.
It was, by the end of it, I went, like you're saying, she's angling for her own show. I think she'll get it. She'll be on another one. I have no idea which way it's going to go for her for the rest of this season. But I'm honestly fascinated for when they get to the reunion special of who's going to be on that TV.
All of them.
All of them.
And I want even Ziyad's friend. Remember how the Ziyad, like the Chris version of Ziyad, Ziyad's friend that was also obsessed with, like, I want Amal. I want everyone to come back. I'm so happy with her. Thank you so much.
Multiple monitors right behind her head.
Yes.
It'll be great.
I want a peanut gallery of little, I want it all. That's the end of the episode. Let me just say this. Obviously, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being on this. I want you to come back. Did we talk about Javon and Annalyn?
Oh, no, but they were.
Oh, my God. Wow. Oh, my God. Annalyn, I'm so sorry. Wait. Mito, I hope your cat's okay. Mito with a cone, honey. Well, let me get this. First of all, I totally forgot this, but then I'm so sorry because I had skipped over them because I wanted to get Rick and Trish out of the way because I don't like them. I forgot to go back. Okay. So Annalyn's mom is the cutest woman. I love her so much. Look at these circle glasses. Look at those beautiful eyebrows. Look at that supple skin. And look at her just saying broken promises, honey, because that's what she knows. And that's what she wants to call out. She's like, I will cook for you food, but like at the same time, you're going to answer this goddamn question is, what are you going to do with my daughter who's been waiting for you? And just, you think you're going to be here 2 weeks and just leave? Gross. Be a man.
This is like 7 years that they were, this has been going on. And when she said that like he didn't even apply for the spousal visa,
my heart broke.
This is the first time he's gone to the Philippines in the whole time. Like, what exactly are you doing? And what are you in this for? Like the messes he leaves around the house, like his clothes on the ground, and he's just sitting there on his phone. She's doing laundry, taking care of all this. He's just laying there on his phone. And what I loved was when he tries to say, I've been working so hard, doing all, like putting in extra, being super romantic. Like, you took her to a pedicure, but you clowned on the business the moment you walked in. Like, nobody asked you to comment on the decor. And they had like these ladies who had accessorized everything in shades of pink. They worked
Pink.
real hard to get those outfits to match the wall and everything to be that kind of Barbie dream house vibe. Props to them. And then he goes in there with his yellow toenails and his weird attitude. Go like, am I getting extra points, like romance points? And when she threw that towel in his face and says, "Don't come home ever."
Can you imagine? You said this, and it's so true. He is just leaving his dirty socks everywhere. He has never touches his feet, and he has the audacity to tell her that she's getting too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That she's getting too she's too comfortable. She's too Are you insane? She's like, yeah, I mean, I kind of wish they would just like either they really keep hitting the alpha podcasts or whatever. And he very much is like, no, those are just all of my ideas. But I at the same time, I'm like, you're gonna have to like hear. We're gonna have a scene of him watching or listening to this stuff because it's just weird that you keep. Because I also want to say something. Those things exist, but it's also like him as an adult male making whatever choices he's making. So I'm like, stop talking with the podcast because
if she's
we all
not,
are on. There's Fox News. There's every whatever everywhere. So
if she's not living with you when you're back in the U.S. and it's just you, what does your house look like? Do you do laundry? Do you clean anything up? Are you capable of doing anything? Is this just your toxic masculine fantasy of I'm on vacation with my kind of wife, so I'm leaving things around for her to do while I lay down? But what do you do at your own house? Are you hiring people to come and clean things? I don't think he's got the means to do anything, but he's showing like no interest in being in the Philippines, in the culture, in her mom who's there trying to sweetly say like, oh, you should stay for at least a year. Like 2 weeks isn't enough. Like she gets the measure of him so quickly that broken promises picture of yours hits so hard because you know that she wants the best for her daughter and clearly can tell that he ain't it. Like,
no,
whatever he is, I don't know what he is, but her standing up for
toilet breaker.
Yeah,
he breaks promises. He breaks toilets. He doesn't understand how to use toilet paper in a different country. Like no.
Mm-hmm.
That whole situation was hard. But yeah, I
using
love
the cat to be like, is your mom's always this bossy kind of thing? Like talking around her as if she isn't there to be like, this is a weird kind of flirtation. I don't know, but the fact that for him saying we're gonna go to get a manicure or pedicure is his big romantic gesture when he's done everything wrong and she's fed up with him and her mom clearly is disappointed in him. His big thing is let's go to a salon and I'll make fun of it and I'll make fun of you, but I'm working so hard. I'm doing everything I can. Like you haven't done anything. You left the house once.
Yeah, he's not a fun person. I wish that she would also realize that like she's fun. So she like needs someone who can like not be a black hole of it, like just absorb it like weird and not reflect any back. I mean, it's just a lot to like be a joyful person and then just have someone just like.
She could do so much better than him.
Sure.
And he will never do better than her. There's no way that he could. And you'd think that he would recognize that and do everything that he can to maintain his relationship. Just do a little bit more to show as like, hey, I actually do love you and I am in this, not, oh, I'm not going to do anything.
He's too comfortable. That's the thing is like, the thing about it is so funny is like the literal thing he says to her is how he is too comfortable. And so at this point I'm like, okay, then fine, please watch men. I want him to watch men hit on her. Because she's hot as hell. Like she's very beautiful and her mom is very beautiful. She's going to age into like, a goddess-like situation. So it just makes me, it was hard. And I felt bad for the person that had to give him the pedicure because I don't think that person got tipped well.
The cheese grater on his foot,
no,
and the just level of crap that was coming off of it, I don't think he's ever washed his feet in his life. I don't know that they've been in water
Remember?
at
Oh
any
my God, I
point.
forgot about that. Yeah, his fucking gross ass. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's just
It
I
looked like
remember
they took like one of
he
those
smelled so
really,
bad that she was like, "Oh my God, how are you alive
yeah.
with that smell coming from?"
I was worried it would be like pop into their mouth or eyes or
That
something.
poor,
It looked like you
poor
take one
woman.
of those like 2 pound chocolate bars from Trader Joe's and then grate that. It's like the level, the
Chocolate baby.
thickness, the dirt that was coming off of his feet,
No,
and you're
no,
just
no.
like, oh yeah, this is nice. Like, I'm being self care is something. It just cleanliness is something, but
Hygiene could be fun. I mean, turns out, but listen, I'm half of me is like, how are you working at an old folks home? But
mm,
that is the end of the episode. And at the same time, it's not the end of the season. And,
no.
at the same, it's not the end of us, our friendship,
Mhm.
our watching of the show or our study of human behavior, so a lot to like unpack. But I like, yeah, as an actor and or whatever, do you like watching this stuff and just being like, well, how are you doing it and why? Or I don't know. Do you think of it like that kind of stuff?
It's a fun exercise to try because when you're acting, you're performing as somebody else. You're slipping into somebody else's skin and trying to find that logic behind every line that you say that is justified, that there's some core belief
Yeah.
that is tied to everything that you say. And watching every one of them, I'm seriously wondering what is that essential thing that they truly believe? Because like with
I'm gonna die
Lisa,
alone.
yeah, that's probably it for all of them.
Well, I think that's Lisa's. Like, I think that Lisa is
Yeah,
like, how not to die alone. I can't die alone. I want to die alone.
yeah.
I can't. And I
She
got, yeah.
she says it the I'm worthy of love is what she vocalizes. Is that I keep trying. I haven't found the right person yet, but I'm worthy of love and I'm going to find my forever love is what she says, but the I don't want to die alone is the more functional reality of just seeing how her daughter, like how tenuous things are with her daughter, that at any point Faith could throw her hands up and say, I just can't do this anymore
She should.
and
I mean,
freeze her out for, I don't know if she could do it
I hope she
for
does.
forever, but they need to be apart for sure.
Faith's going to go
And
on a
like,
journey of healing. And I'm hoping that maybe just having watched the show and having heard people's opinions on how she needs to save herself from this
mhm,
woman will give her the validation and confidence to make a big step because it's very hard to cut off your mom.
yeah, very, very hard to do. It's an impossible situation to be in. Watching someone you love totally lose touch with reality
Yeah.
and
Drag you
destroy
down. I want to drag you
themselves
down with them.
and yeah, drag like holding on to you for dear life at the same
Hmm.
time, and it's really hard to let go. And like with Daniel, you just know that once the shock wears off of if he decides, you know what, Lisa comes with so much, it's not worth sticking around for. He's gonna jump right back on Facebook and he's gonna send more messages to some other white lady
I hate to say this,
saying,
Ron, I'm
God
gonna tell you
sent
this
me to
right
you."
now. He's hot. And there's already been people on the show that like
Mhm,
after a season, they have an Instagram account and the
mhm.
fans of the show hit him up. It's already happened.
Oh yeah,
Kimberly, right?
yep.
He's hot. He's
If
an
this
attractive
was
man.
if
He's
this was
built. I'm
like
not, he's going to.
VH1
Lisa is
to
going to leave him, and Daniel is going to get many different American
mhm,
women wanting him to either slide in the DMs for either their own benefit or to be in the show or a combination of both. And that
yeah.
is the truth. And that is like hard to deal with, but that's what's going to happen for him.
If this was VH1 in the early 2000s, he already would have his
Princeton.
spin-off. It would be
Yeah.
like I Love New York happened
Megan wants a
immediately
millionaire.
after.
It's shot of
Yeah,
love. It's Daniel wants a date.
produced by Chris Farah.
No, us. We're gonna be like, listen.
Oh,
Let's
great.
let's make it. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get the
let's
whole delirious crew. Get the crew back. It'll be fun.
we'll fly over to Lagos and just let him do his thing.
Make a little money.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on this episode and obviously talking with me about this fun stuff. Will you tell my listeners how to follow you and
Oh, yeah.
anything you're excited to plug or working on right now? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram and my account is just my name at Rama Vallury. And if you are in Florida or flying to Florida, planning that big Disney World Universal holiday adventure that people go on, if you go to Universal Studios' new Epic Universe Park, specifically to the Dark Universe section, I am Igor in Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment. I'm the voice. I did the mocap, the PCAP performance for the whole thing. There was a walk around character doing what I do. It won every award at the theme park awards this past year. Best attraction, best dark ride, most innovative. And
congratulations. That's awesome.
It is the best ride in that new park. Danny Elfman did the music for it. Shout out to Greg Hall, the genius behind that. The Velocicoaster, the Hagrid ride, everything. That man's a genius. So you can, if you're in the theme parks, check that out. They have whole POV ride things on YouTube if you can't afford to go to Florida. I'll
check that out.
You watch animated stuff, Marvel Zombies, X-Men 97. I'm Baron Zemo on both of those. On Spidey and His Amazing Friends, I'm Jeff the Land Shark and a bunch of other characters. There's a cartoon out there. I might be in it. So take a look at any of those. And if you like Dick Wolf shows, I was on FBI Most Wanted in season 6, and I was a bad guy. So take a look at all of that.
So weird because you're so nice. Like you really are. I mean, you're like a lovely, warm, gentle person.
They really like having me play mean, corrupt people, but that's fun. Yeah, well, I grew up in Chicago with a lot of aldermen. Like I met a lot of like Chicago politicians, so it's very easy for me to figure out how to be corrupt with a smile and talk convincingly in that world. So if they want to pay me to do it, great. I will be that corrupt politician guy, whatever they need.
Oh God, it's just too close to home. But yeah, okay, great. That's great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for obviously being on the show, and it won't be the last time. If you want to follow me, you're welcome to. I'm at Chris L. Farah on all the social medias like Instagram and Twitter. Sorry, just kidding. Instagram and TikTok. I forgot about, what am I talking about? Too many T's. But also I have a Patreon, also Substack. I'm on Facebook, and my Facebook group, Vanity Farah, totally exists. Of course, I'm also following The Single Life. And if you know Love is Blind just ended and you care about the weddings, I also posted thoughts about that. That exists as well. Please listen, follow, give 5 stars wherever you listen and watch, or maybe like comment, whatever you like to do. But some free engagement would really help me. And also like somehow karmically get back to, I promise you. But usually I do a little 2 breaths to end segments, just a present moment of mindfulness, bring us into this literal space, just to be like, if you're listening, you can use my voice in this moment throughout your day, just to have a mindfulness moment. I like it. And so I do it just to make other people suffer. Great. Okay, 2 breaths, because sometimes the first one doesn't work out and your mind wanders and you're like, oh no, but then you're like, oh, I get 1 more breath. And then if it happens again, just think, you know what, I'll try again. Nothing is supposed to be rigid. Everything is peaceful and calm. Okay, blow it out. Breathe it in. One more. Yay. Thank you so much for listening. Take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe. Make art. Whatever you can, whenever you can. It's not precious. It can be the dinner. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.